Most so-called failures are only temporary defeats. Your big opportunity may be right where you are now. Any idea, plan, or purpose may be placed in the mind through repetition of thought. A goal is a dream with a deadline. First comes thought, then organization of that thought into ideas and plans, then transformation of those plans into reality. The beginning, as you will observe, is in your imagination. If you have not already figured out, these are quotes by Napoleon Hill. This man's book, Law of Success, or better known, Think and Grow Rich, are the most important literature that you can really come across nowadays. Be it that you came to this list because of riches or health or whatever it might be, I do know one thing. You would like to experience certain things in your life. That's what being human's all about, right? So I created this short video to first off thank you for signing up for Exposed Secrets, and also to give you a glimpse of this very powerful tool that Napoleon Hill talks about called the definite of purpose. You can also call it a mission statement, chief aim, your main goal, your main commitment in life, whatever it may be. Now, many individuals don't know what they want, and that's a huge roadblock to success. Even those who think they know what they want end up later losing interest and falling back into the pattern that they were in before the excitement. I remember hearing a quote in a Global Information Network meeting, and it went kind of like this. To make yourself successful, you must be able to continue working on your project way after the excitement of the moment has passed. I agree with this, but I'd also like to clarify this a little bit further. In obtaining your definite of purpose, you want to get out a notebook and write what you'd like to do, your hobbies, etc. Then, when you think of each one of these, visualize them. And which one makes you feel the best? Which sparks your interest the most when you think about it? What really gets you going? Well, this is your hot spot. When you find this, when you're feeling good about something, means you're believing you can achieve it and you can have it. So even though it says you must be able to continue working after the excitement of the moment, it does not say you don't enjoy what you're doing working towards afterwards. I'd like to tell you a story about my definite purpose, which I wrote several years ago when I was living with some roommates, and first really working my way into what my organization is today, which is Health and Economics of America. I first started learning more and more about how important nutrition was and all the junk that we're eating nowadays, so I had obtained a passion to create a chain of candy machines, you know, the ones that you put the quarter in and you get like those red hots or whatever out of there. But instead of placing junk food with high fructose corn syrup and artificial colors that are making kids bounce off the wall, I would instead put organic, real sugar candies to place there instead. Well, needless to say that it was rather difficult to find anywhere that would sell any sort that I could, make any kind of stride in the business with. It was just too expensive to buy the organic candies and put them in there. So I ended up dropping the idea, but I knew I had a strong definite purpose for helping people truthfully. I could have gone and bought everything I was against and made a profit, no doubt about it. But my hot spot was for actually helping people. And my definite purpose was literally too strong to break that, so I really do pride myself in that. But what I had not noticed was that the definite purpose I wrote down, which was to create sustainable communities, affordable housing, and schools that would teach what I call mind evolution, which is what Napoleon Hill's work is, Dale Carnegie, and all the self-help guys out there, and promote this into these communities. This nowadays is also called religious science. It really comes with many names, but it's the same concept, really. Raising the ability and uniqueness of each person. Well, time went on, and I continued to learn more and more. I went and actually spoke a few times about nutrition at a few MLM nutrition get-togethers that I was a part of back then. They weren't really seminars, but I started to find I was getting what I wanted, and it was all there because of what I written down in my definite purpose. And I would, think about this definite purpose even just a little bit, but it had such a strong impact with me, and what I felt with it, it was always kind of there in the background. Even with the mind energy that I put into it, I finally attracted the real circumstance of this self-sustaining community. And the attraction to this definite person actually came through the Global Information Network's community forum, where I was invited to come meet an individual by the name of Robert Miller. I showed up at his office and I walked inside and I saw that he had established a plan for creating self-sustaining communities. But not only that, it was created to help shelter orphans and give them a real home and families. Well, how about that, really? Our Family Orphan Communities is the project, and at this very moment has presidents from Mexico and Vietnam looking at these projects. So it's not a small thing, but this project by no means is a one-person job. I attracted this from my definite purpose to help this grow, and that's exactly what I want. I want to help others. I told you this story to show you that when you find your definite purpose through the use of feeling what feels best to you, you will subtly attract that what you write down and feel good about. But if you do not do this first and most important step, and I truly mean that, you will not be attracting anything but the same you've been exposed to in the past. I will interject here and say one thing that some of you may be telling yourself, well, I think I want this, or maybe I want that, I don't know. Well, if you're in this position, I want you to write down what type of feelings you want to feel in your definite purpose. This could be the first thing for some of you to do if you do not have a project in mind or what you really want to do, because some people, maybe you, may not know yet, and that's absolutely 100% okay. So right now I want to help you with what you need to proceed and what you are looking to do. First, get yourself a notebook, blank, ready to write in. First thing. Second, get yourself a blue pen, maybe several blue pens, and place them all over the house. And only use blue when writing in your notebook. This helps retain information better in the mind. Never write on a computer for your goals. That doesn't work as nearly as effective as writing in the notebook. So now that being said, I'm going to go down 2 studies with you. The first one, there's 1,500 MBA students that just graduated. And this was a 20-year study done back in the 60s or somewhere around there. And they asked them, are you going to go for the money or are you going to go for your desires? And 1,255 of them said that they were going to go for the money first, and then once they got the money, they were going to go for their desires. And 245 said they were going to go for their desires first. Well, after 20 years, they came back. 101 millionaires were made out of this 1,500, out of this student body. And, well, 100 millionaires were created from the, well, what do you think which category it came from? You're right if you said the desires category. I would like you to think about this for a second. 100 of the 101 millionaires came from the desire category? 1,255 people went for the money and 1 got it. Okay, you need to find what you guys want. Your definite purpose is absolutely important. So the second study I want to tell you about is roughly this, and it's another 20-year study, and it was probably done back in the 60s as well. They did a study of a graduating student body and found that 5% of them wrote down their goals for life. They came back 20 years later and found that the 5% of those who wrote down their goals had more money than the other 95% of that student body combined. That 5%. Well, now you can see right here, again, how important is it to find the desires and how important is it to jot down the feelings you want to come from your operations that you're looking towards. And what's your end game? What does it look like? I can guarantee you what it looks like right now will change over time, but don't worry about that, as in the case of my definite purpose, the concept of helping orphans was interjected in the purpose, and I can say that that is a very positive change. I hadn't even thought of that. So write down your desires, or write down your feelings that you'd like from a desire. If you have a desire, you should already know that feeling. So that's my 2 cents for today. I truly hope this either reinforces a definite purpose you already have or perhaps helps you create yours. For more information on the definite purpose I'm a part of, please visit www.orphancommunities.org. It is a nonprofit, and I don't get anything for referring you to the site. I would ask for you to join the email list, though, and perhaps you know some individuals who could help this project as well. Maybe you can. We're always looking for people that can do specialized stuff, internet stuff. A graphic artist, that's one we're looking for right now to make a couple banners. And of course, you're not going to get paid for it. I mean, this is a nonprofit. But This is Nathan Chair from Health and Economics of America, wishing you the best, and thank you for signing up with this, and I will talk to you shortly.